I'll go ahead and trim out these excesses. Be sure to notch the end part. So now I can now flip it to the front side. So here you can see the placket is ready. So I'll afterwards give this a very good press. So here is the sleeve. So remember we notched the part where we want the fold. So I notched it. You can see the notch is appearing on both sides. So I'll just fold it in. If you have your ironing, please go ahead and do it. It will just, make everything easy. Okay? So better still, I would like to hold it down with a pin. You see the fold on both ends, so that it will help me get a perfect, straight fold. So this is easy to work this way if you are unable to iron at that immediately. So here I have it. So I'll do the same thing for the other side. So now that I have it all folded, so I'll go ahead. This time around, I'll be folding it half of an inch inwards. Okay, half of an inch inwards. So the next thing I have here now is the facing. So I'm just placing this facing now on the back piece on the right side. You can see it. I'm just placing it over it. So I'm just going to hold this down with a pin, okay, just to put it in place at the neckline. See, so I'm put it in place. So I will now concentrate on this part. Okay, so what I'll do now is to make my fold. I'll be folding this half of an inch and sew it on it. So you can barely see the stitch. So we're done with this yoke part. I like to run a stitch. That's for the back piece, still on the back piece here. Just one so that I can hold this neckline firmly. Just at the edge of the neck. So now I will join the front and the back shoulder, right side of course facing each other. So I'm joining the shoulder now with half of an inch. So you can see how this looks now. This is the back. You can see the yoke there and the front as well. So what I'm going to do next now is to create the slit at the center. Okay, so first of all I'm going to create a slit of about 6.5 to 7 inches here. Then afterwards, then I'll cut out the piece with with the same fabric. I'll be cutting out a piece that I'll be using to, hem the entire neckline. So I'll go back on the table now to show you that. So here you can have a better view of this. You can see this is the back piece. You can see the yoke. Then also here is the front piece. So right now I've matched it up. So you can see now the shoulder for the back piece is protruding at the front. Okay, so this is how it's meant to be. Afterwards, I'll be trimming some excesses at this armhole part. So I need to find the center mark of this. So what I'll do is to take my front piece and joining both armhole together. So I'm just folding only the front piece. So here is the center of my neckline from the front piece. So I'll just go ahead and slit it open by 6.5 inch or even 7 inches. So from this neckline, see me marking down this at 7. So I'm going to be slitting it open. Carefully. So now that I'm done with that, if I fold it back, so you can see the slit here now. So what I'm going to do now is to pipe this neckline. So I'm starting from one end of the front all the way, taking it round. So I need to get the measurement so that I'll know how to cut this out. So I'm taking my measurement from the tip of this neck, the front neckline. I'm just taking it down. You are doing that as if you want to fix a collar. Taking it round. So I have here 20. Yes, so that's this. I'm going to be cutting out a bias strip now of 20 inches in length. So here is the leftover fabric. Okay, so from here I'm going to cutting out the bias strip, and what I need is about 2 inches. I need 2 inches in width, with of course the length of 20, right? Not a straight fold, not a straight fold, but in a biased fold this way. So I'm going to try to get a length of 20 inches. Not, you shouldn't work with exactly 20. You can add extra, inches of allowance. Okay, just to be on the safe side. Afterwards, you can trim off the excesses. So here, I have what I'm looking for. So remember I said a 2 inches in width, and if you can see, this is on fold, which means I'm going to measure 1 inch. I hope you understand that. So I'm going to be measuring 1 inch. So you can see this, I fold a bit on one side, then the other fold, I'll make it overlap the other one. But at the end of the day, I still want to have about 1 inches in width. Okay, so by the time I fold it, because Once I'm done with this two side fold, then I'll have it this way. This is how it's going to go around the neckline. I hope you understand that. This is the neck, it's going inwards. Okay, so this bias now is covering it up. Hope you can see that. So I'm taking it round. Take your time and carefully take this round. So you can see it now. You can see how it looks. You can see there's no form of fold anywhere. So the excess I had here now, just trim it out. So you can see the neckline is ready. So the next thing I'll do is to cover up this slit. So remember here I had two pieces cut out for this slit. I'll be using for both sides. So about 3.5 in which is okay. So I'll just make sure that I have it folded into two. I'm also going to be tucking in this one inside here. Okay, so what I would like to do is mark 1/2 inch. It's a very good guide so that you will know that this chalk marking will guide you to know how much you're going in. Okay, so I'm doing this on both sides. So coming to the end of this slit, this is the slit. I hope you can see it. Coming to the end of this slit, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be notching this way and this other way. So you see what I'm doing? Just a little bit, 1/2 inch inward where I have that marking. Can you see this? Then the same thing also I'll do for the other side. Notch it inwards. So you can see this. Okay? So I'll take my piece now and I'll fold 1/2 inch. But before that, I need to close this end as well. So see, I have the edge cover up, so I can now tuck it in. So I'll go ahead and sew. So once I'm getting to the end of the slit where I have it notched, you can just do a marking on the main piece here you are using. So here is where the slit is supposed to stop. So I'll come to the back side of it and slit it open. Thus I'm going to cut off the back side of it. I hope you understand. So that I can have a space to, make it cover up properly. I'm taking this off. So I still have the front part. That's what I mean. I still have the front part. Why? If you flip through the back, I've cut out that side. Okay? So I'll continue stitching so that that side where I notched open can go in very well. I hope you understand that. So you can see. So I have this all covered up. So what I did here, I'm also going to repeat it to the other side. Remember, I still have a piece of it still dangling. Still leave that. Then I'll go to the next slit. So here you can see the both slits have been covered up. Okay, so I'm going to be hiding these edges properly. So I need to arrange this opening I have here. I need to arrange it properly before I now sew up my main placket on it. Okay, so I'm just folding it in. So just to give this a neat look. So on the inside you can see it well covered up. So I'll go ahead and stitch this part. So you can see from the inside now, we cover up any rough edge. Okay, you can see this from the inside. Okay, so I'll just flip it to the right side now, and also sew down this part. So now that I'm done with this part, so I can now fix the main placket. So here it is. Remember I said I want it to be about 15 inches. So I have about 16 here. So I'll be tucking in the top part. I'm going to be tucking it in about half of an inch to close it up. So I can now sew this on it. So I'll place it over it this way. So this is how. So I'm indicating where the slit stops, so I can stop my stitch there. So I will take it this way. I will lock it up here. So you can see this is ready. So what I will do now is just to fix in my pressing button here. Okay, fix my pressing button here, or you can decide to put a buttonhole here, or whatever you want to do. Okay, so this place is ready. So you can see now the opening. Okay, so that's it. So the next thing now is to fix the sleeve. So in fixing the sleeve, I will make sure that I align the length from the bottom to the armhole, so that you can be sure you have it um, well aligned, because you know the shoulder is coming from the back to the front. You can see the shoulder at the front here, right? So that's why you need to align it here. Then I'll trim up any excesses I have on this armhole part. So I would like to notch this part, so I'll know that's where my sleeve is going to match up to. Okay, so I'll take one of my sleeve. Remember, we'll notch the center of the sleeve. So I can now open this up. So I'll take the notch part of the sleeve here. I'll match it to where I notched on the top. So I can start sewing from here to the end, from here again to the other side. So one part of the sleeve is ready, so I'll just repeat the same thing to the other side. So here I have the two sleeves have been fixed. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join the sides. So I'm just matching it all up from the sleeve to the end. So I'll go ahead and take my final measurement. The chest was 41. Let's say we divide it into two, that's about 20.5. Of course, it's not going to be fitted. I'll leave some room, which was why I gave that much of allowance. So 20.5 here, then I decided to put, say, 2 inch extra allowance on both sides. Then I'm left with 3 inches here. So which means I'll be splitting it to two, 1.5 inch this way, 1.5 inch the other way. So the round sleeve was 14, divided by 2, that's 7. So I have 7 here. Extra 2 inch, so I'll make it 7.5. I'll make it 7.5. So I'm taking it from here now, straight down. So there's going to be a slit at the lower part. So from this lower part, I'll go up by, let's say, 10 inch, 10 inch upward. I'll stop my stitch here for the open up slit. You need to close it up very well. So I'm done weaving the sides. So I'll go ahead and turn it to the front. I weaved it and stopped at the point where I have the slit because I'll be folding that one inside. So I'll turn it to the front now. So this is the sides. This is where the slit is. So I'm laying it by the sides. So I'll fold my pleats. So you see how it looks now. You can see this from the inside. You can see. So that's it. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And here, guys, we're done with the sewing of the senator top. Trust me, guys, we're done. So you can see this is looking all beautiful and ready to wear. The only thing that is left now is to give this a very, very good press. After that, then I'll be fixing in a pressing button. Okay, I'll fix a pressing button about 2, say 1 at the edge of the neck, then somewhere in between here. I'll put in a pressing button, and that's it. It's ready to wear. Okay, so that's it, guys, on how to sew the senator top. You can see this is quite easy. It's not as difficult as it seems, honestly. Okay, so if you have not watched my previous video on how to cut this, please go ahead and do that. Okay, I'll also link it up so you can go ahead and watch it. It's well explanatory and well detailed. Okay, so guys, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Thank you, guys, to all my subscribers, and if you're here for the first time, please don't forget to also subscribe if you haven't, and remember to turn the notification bells on so that you get notified every time I upload my weekly videos. Thank you again, guys. It was fun making this outfit. See you on the next one. Have a wonderful day.